Hello and welcome to CBA, coming to you from Hargeysa, Somaliland. This is CBA News in Brief with me, Abdillahi Hassan. Somaliland's Minister of Agriculture announced a state of alert after forecasts showed a locust swarm 500 times bigger than the last year's. Ahmed Mumin said the Minister of Agriculture today called all development agencies that work in agriculture and food sector for an emergency meeting to facilitate a response for this imminent threat. The minister announced that reports from the coastal areas in the country have shown that nymphs left by last year's desert locust invasion are showing swarm behavior. He said this behavior was triggered by the highest rains in the coastal areas of Somaliland. The minister said warning that this imminent swarms pose a serious threat to the agricultural production in the country and food security for both farmers and pastoralists. He announced that the plague is beyond the capacity of the ministry to respond effectively and therefore called upon the international community for assistance. It was last Thursday when Somaliland's government expressed fears that the cycle of locust invasion in some parts of the country could repeat in the next rainy season. This is due to the locusts leaving behind wingless nymphs who could begin swarming in the next rainy season. The desert locust usually leads a shy, solitary life. It develops from an egg into a young locust and then into a flying adult. However, in special circumstances such as when vegetation dwindles, they undergo a remarkable transformation and become social. In this gregarious condition, they form a group of marauding pests of up to 10 billion in one swarm that strip fields and destroy crops and pasture. The worst swarms of desert locusts in decades are now decimating crops and pastures across the Horn of Africa, including Somaliland, Djibouti, Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization says the Horn of Africa remains the worst affected area, with an unprecedented threat to food security and livelihoods. Locusts is spreading so fast, FAO says that its numbers can grow by 500% by June this year. The Committee of Promoting Virtue and Prevention of Vice in Somaliland's outer region has formally accused Governor of the region, Abdirahman Ahmed Ali, of apostasy. In a press conference today, the committee, which is a non-government religious body, has doubled down on its allegation that the governor insulted the religion of Islam. Following a meeting for the leaders of the committee comprised of religious men from throughout the outer region, the committee said the governor, without a doubt, abused Islam. Sheikh Mahmoud Farah Eid, the spokesman of the group, said they have more than enough witnesses to testify that the governor insulted the religion in public. He stressed that they had not rushed into leveling these accusations and of their pure intention of defending the religion. Sheikh Eid reiterated their position that insulting the religion is apostasy, a renouncement of belief. However, he refrained from outlining the punishment of such a crime according to him. The committee announced that it had submitted the details of the case to the competent government authorities and called on the religious leaders of the country to closely follow up the case. Insulting Islam or the Prophet is considered a crime in Somaliland, in many cases punishable by jail. The alleged abuse of religion by the governor has created an outrage in our region since last Friday. Many prominent preachers took to Friday ceremonies to denounce the governor and calling for an action against him. Last Tuesday, Somaliland's government accused the religious leaders of our region of propagating unsubstantiated allegations to stir controversy. The Deputy Minister of the Interior, Nasir Aidid, sternly asked the religious leaders to prove their allegations against the governor. The Minister of Livestock and Forestry of the Federal Government of Somalia is representing the country at the International Food and Agriculture Conference held in Germany. A delegation led by Minister Hussein Mahmoud Sheikh Hussein took part on the 12th International Food and Agriculture Ministries meeting in Berlin, Germany. The minister and his delegation from Mogadishu have met with various officials, including German Minister for Food and Agriculture and the President of the World's Food Agriculture Organization, among others. The Minister of Livestock and Forestry met with officials to strengthen relations with Somalia and to help encourage and support Somali food production, including livestock, agriculture and fisheries, which needs huge support, including equipment and training to maximize the knowledge of modern technology production to achieve complete food self-sufficiency. On the other hand, the Minister and the President of the World Food Program discussed ways to increase food production, improve animal health, reforestation, and to support the country's fight for food insecurity. Prevention of locusts is a major problem in many areas of the country, which have suffered from crop failures while also affecting Somali pastoralists. The Minister of Livestock and Forestry, Honorable Hussein Mahmoud Sheikh Hussein, also met with the Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Livestock, Hamad Al-Bustan of Saudi Arabia, and agreed to strengthen the Somali livestock increase and closely work together to ban export of live animals taken in time for the pilgrimage of the year 2020. Minister Hussein Mahmoud Sheikh Hussein told all the leaders that Somalia, which is rich in livestock, agriculture and fisheries, is ready to adapt to the world and sell its safe products to many countries. Rwanda and Somalia have signed a bilateral air service agreement, marking the 100th deal to be penned for the former. The deal, which allows both countries to share a free airspace authorization, will facilitate trade, tourism, and investment cooperation. The deal was penned in Kigali this weekend between Rwanda's Infrastructure Minister, Ambassador Kalafar Gatite, and his Somali counterpart, Mohammed Abdillahi Hassan, the Somalian Minister of Transport and Aviation. The Rwandan minister also noted that this move also comes as a way of facilitating free trade at a time when Rwanda waives visa fees for 90 countries in the African Union, Commonwealth, French-speaking countries, international organizations of Francophone. Minister Abdillahi Hassan said the signing of this deal will also be an opportunity for Somalia to learn an economic and social transformation lessons from Rwanda, since both countries share a hard past history of genocide and conflict. African heads of state gathered on Sunday at the headquarters of the African Union for a summit meeting due to focus on how the body can play a more prominent role in resolving conflicts proliferating across the continent. The two-day summit has taken as its theme silencing the guns, yet the African Union officials are well aware of their failure to achieve the goal adopted in 2013 of ending all wars in Africa by 2020. In remarks to African foreign ministers ahead of the summit, AU Commission Chairman Musa Faki Mohamed painted a bleak picture of the continent's security situation, citing extremist threats stretching from the Sahel to Somalia. The missed deadline to silence the guns, he said, reveals the complexity of the security situation in Africa. The focus on conflicts this year marks a departure from multiple years of summits dedicated to reforming the African Union, including its funding structure and the implementation of a continent-wide free trade area. The African Union will have to overcome internal disputes and insufficient financing for peacekeeping missions if it wants to become a major player in conflict resolution. Thank you for joining us. That was our news in brief. Stay tuned for our full and more detailed news coverage coming to you later tonight.